so we've looked at how the shoulder blades being in a protracted position or your spine being in a slouched position can contribute to getting shoulder impingement pain. So the first step is to make sure that you've got good spinal posture. And I want to show you this. So often you'll see that people have rounded upper backs and the chin comes forward. So this is really excessive what I'm doing now, but you can even get more subtle forms of it. People, especially as they hit their 40s, often come and complain or ask me, why do they have a hump in this area? And you know what? That's because you slouch for a long period of time and these vertebrae at the top become more prominent as your neck actually moves forward on the rest. So the best way to fix it is to try and just grow tall and push the ceiling away with the back of your skull. So it's not right to try and be up, get the chin up. That's not right. The eyes actually need to stay level and you should just push the ceiling away as much as you can with the top of your skull. Okay? So it's not about pushing your chest bone out and really overextending. That's not it. It's just growing as tall as you can. What you'll feel happens when you do that is you actually engage all your core muscles. So let's just get an idea of how you do that. So say for instance you're slouching there. Just imagine you have to push the ceiling away with your skull and you bring that up. And that's to where you want to go. So as soon as you start extending and pushing your chest up or you're starting to push your chin out, that's the wrong movement. Now, if you're really tight and stiff in this area because you've slouched for a long period of time, you may have to do some stretches where you actually lie over a towel to get that bit to extend over a period of time. One of the easiest ones to do is you roll a towel up really tightly and you just place it in the middle of your back and you lie on it on the floor. And you will find that that gives you a good old stretch. You can also lie over a foam roller, but that's quite extreme. What I would suggest is that you go for a very tiny roll first, especially if you're very tight, and be very careful with it. But it may be worth actually consulting a physio or somebody about that because every person is different and some people are really sensitive in that area. So if you overstretch, it can become painful. Now that's step number one. So say for instance, we've now got your spine in a better position. You also need to get your shoulder blades into the right position. Now, often when I tell people to correct their shoulder blades, they tend to do that. So they're moving their whole spine. That's not correct either. It's the shoulder blade that needs to come back. It's not that needs to happen. So if you're finding that your back takes strain because you're correcting your shoulder blades, you're very likely doing the wrong movement. So the first step is always to teach you how to actually move your shoulder blade without moving anything else. So I want you to try this. Making sure this stays very still, and you may have to look in a mirror to do this properly. Just bring your shoulder blades up to your ears, okay? And then bring them back down. And do that again, up to the ears and then back down. Now, bring them forwards as far as you can and then bring them backwards. Now, what you want to look out for here is that you're not seeing that happening. So you're just allowing the shoulder blades to come forwards and then back. Also, check, are you moving your arms back to get the shoulder blades back? That's wrong. Look at my elbows. They're staying where they are. It is just the shoulder blades moving. The elbows are staying absolutely still and my spine's staying still. It's really key. That can be a frustrating exercise at first to figure out how do I do that? But just my advice would be don't try too hard. If you really try, then you're going to engage too many muscles. Think about it that you're sitting in a room full of people and you want to sneakily take your shoulder blades back, but without them actually noticing that you're moving anything. So it's got to be a very slow and tiny movement that you just sneak them backwards without them noticing it. Okay. Also, it's not, if you look at yourself in the mirror, this bit should stay nice and relaxed. So if you do that, that's wrong because you're engaging these guys. You're meant to engage the lower traps that runs roughly to a point there. So you can imagine a line going diagonally to the middle of your back, kind of where a woman's bra line would sit. And you pull your shoulder back into that position. So it's as if you're tilting the shoulder blade back like that. It's not just pulling it up and back. So this is wrong because I'm engaging that. What I want to do is just tilt them back gently. And it's about that much that you tilt it, no more than that. If you're starting to get big movements like that, you're over engaging things because you'll cause yourself trouble. No person can be around like that either. It's all about just tilt it back out of the position. So what you want to do is you want to teach yourself to hold that good spinal position and tilt the shoulder blades back for 10 seconds at a time. And then during the day, make sure you correct yourself. So if you're in front of the computer, grow tall. Make sure you're supported in your lower back while you're sitting, because you can't sit like this if you're not used to it without support. If you're busy cutting up vegetables and you find your shoulder blades are forwards, just bring the shoulder blades back. Okay, so just get it out of the way. That's your first step, and only once you've managed to correct that properly should you start doing strengthening exercises for the shoulder blades and things. But again, that's on a very individual basis, because it all depends on the shape of your body, what exercises will work for you and what won't. So remember, either consult a physio that you know, or I can do online consultations for you as well. So let me know if you've got any questions about it. Alright, take care.